Based on this market, Valachushkin might be worth 3 firsts.
Going on, everyone? Welcome into the DNVR Avalanche podcast live from the Xfinity studio and brought to you by Benny Hanna. We got AJ, Rudo, and Bailey here coming at you yet another off-season pod. We're talking trades today because yesterday
NHL
was apparently
so.
the day for it.
It was trade day.
Trade day. Forget trade deadline day and all the time
Trade
leading
deadline
up to
wasn't even as exciting as yesterday was. I kept looking down at my phone going, were the Avs involved? Nope. Going right back to my day.
Yep. So not super exciting on the Avs front directly. But I would say, especially with some of the conversations coming up about Val Nichushkin recently, poses some interesting conversations here. So I want to dive right into this because, again, a lot of exciting
Which
things
trade to
yesterday.
start with?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. But do you guys have any preferences on where you want to start with this?
Nemitz happened while we were on the air.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's the easiest one to break down.
Yeah.
Calgary gets what they hope is going to be a top pairing defenseman who can
They get
help
younger.
run a power play.
They really started their rebuild at last trade deadline by moving on from Kadri.
And the assets that they used were like late firsts.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, cool. Of the assets, those are pretty low value. Like you're comfortable moving on from those.
Yeah.
And with Nemitz, we'll see if he's good. But with him and Zane Parekh on your blue line, you have the making. You can see the vision
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have any actual punch.
Yeah.
Your defense at the moment is going to be terrible, but the offensive side of it, your puck moving ability is definitely it should be interesting.
I think for me, what's really interesting there is just to see the downward spiral that the New Jersey Devils are going into as well, because this is a team that was competing for a playoff spot.
I mean, this is what
couple
happens
years ago,
right?
yeah.
This is what teams like San Jose and Chicago, which I bet your butt we'll talk about Chicago.
We getting there.
But that's what they're trying to avoid being. New Jersey has been the team for years now that everyone's like, when are you going to turn the corner? When are you going to make the playoffs? When are you going to be that team that actually pushes to be competitive? And they had a couple of playoff bursts in there where they frankly underperformed. Jack Hughes' injuries had a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
But it just feels
tough
like
context.
they could never take that next step. And now you're in this weird... The decision to acquire Jacob Markstrom kind of just torpedoed that team.
Well, and it was also indicative of, yes, they'd built a good team, but they could never get the goaltending right.
Yep.
They've not had a comfortable solution in net the entire Jack Hughes era.
Yeah.
So, which is, Marty Brodeur
And eventually
karma. So
you have to make a
wiener.
decision. Now, I question whether this decision is that Simone Nemec is actually just not very good.
Yeah, and they have. We've been talking all season. They've got to move one.
Yep.
They have too many defenders. They've got to move one. He's the one that had the highest perceived value that did not hurt them that much to move on from.
Sure.
He had not been very good. The thing that you want him to do is our thing that Luke Hughes is already doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had just sort of ended up redundant, which you can definitely. They drafted Hughes and Nemitz in back-to-back years. You
Both
can
top 5.
You can look at that and go, you're not supposed to draft a position,
Yeah.
but also,
Also, they got to make room for Quinn Hughes. So
yeah, please,
God,
please.
not this again.
I'm ready. I want that to happen. I want it to be Hughes and the Hughes brothers versus the Tkachuk brothers in the postseason, just battling it out for brother supremacy, just for the privilege of losing to Colorado in the cup final. But it's
God.
like I think the Devils are still good. but they still have the same problems. They had to move on from a D to the D that they have. Are they any good? They're paying a ton of money to Dougie Hamilton and Timo Meyer, and neither guy has lived up to those deals. Jack Hughes is forever going to be an injury risk because he's the size of a thimble. And I'm assuming that they will sign, they won't have a problem re-signing Nico Hischier, but until that happens, it's at least a conversation.
Sure.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I think for lots of moves in the East, and I know Tiff and I were kind of talking about it beforehand too, just how weird the East is, I think in particular, as far as players being so particular to wanting to go there. And I guess the guy that I'm alluding to next, Jordan Kyrou.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I think I'm a bigger fan of Jordan Kyrou, the player, than a lot of people are. He's just like my kind of guy. Like, he's a little undersized. He's really fast. He's really good offensively, and he sucks at everything else. And on top of that, bad attitude problems have persisted his entire Blues career. Those conversations only got louder when the Blues tried to turn over the franchise to Robert Thomas and Jordan Kyrou and be like, you're our guys.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to build around you now. And that's when they got bad. They crumbled. As a franchise, they crumbled. And I think Kyrou, his attitude, his the personality, he can't be that guy. He cannot be like the guy. He needs to go to Washington. And if he is, I was texting a Caps friend of mine yesterday, and I said, if he's a guy, if he's just one of the dudes, he could be great for you. And playing next to Dylan Strome in the playmaking, he could score 40 goals if Dylan Strome can keep up. But if the Caps go in there and they are like, hey, we want you to be a leader in this room, we want you to be one of the faces of our organization, he'll crumble.
I just don't know where Washington is as an organization.
The price of it definitely makes you wonder, what?
Yeah, you're giving up McMichael's a decent like depth forward for
I
you.
like him. He's a top 6 guy. He's fast.
Is he? He's more middle 6 than top 6, I would say.
I guess I'm
but-
still buying on the upside, but the guy that you just traded all that stuff for was production-wise a middle 6 guy last year.
Well,
Like,
and you're
ugh.
you're betting on Kyrou having that return of uptick
For
in
sure.
production if you're Washington, but you will also let John Carlson go last trade deadline, although supposedly they might try and like bring him back. Washington's just in this weird spot with will Ovi play one more year? Won't he? Can
holding
you-
the whole organization hostage.
I know.
Yeah, but can they, like, even if Ovi comes back, are they really in a position to push to try and be a cup contender? Like, they just feel kind of stuck right now to me.
Yeah, if he retires, then I think that it dislodges them from that.
Sure.
And moving Carlson for the price that they got was easy business.
I get that, but you do that and then you come into this offseason and are like, we're going to go get players to try and push again. Supposedly they're the front runners for someone. I forget.
Alex Tuck.
Yeah, Tuck. That was who it was, Tuck. But
Notice how they're going out and loading up on wings?
get out, Ovi.
Yeah.
Go away.
This is like the best case scenario for
Yeah.
Over to be like, you can make your decision on your own. We just know we're going to be prepared.
well,
Tell you
either
what,
way.
know what
$1
our
million,
decision is.
Ovi. Come play in Colorado.
Finish out your career in burgundy and blue.
No, thank you.
No.
Go to Columbus. Have this be one
I'd
of those.
take it. For $1 million?
No, I'm out. I'm so out.
I'd rather take Line A.
The sideshow of it, the fact that he's a complete nothing as a player
Bet he'd
beyond.
make their power play better, though.
Would it? The Washington power play hasn't been very good running through him. He plays all 2 minutes. He stands at the blue line. He doesn't move. He just waits for it to be
he'd
fed.
fit,
down.
he'd fit right in.
That's my
He'd fit
issue.
right in.
That's the thing.
Except for I actually believe when he shoots, it might go in.
It would look exactly the same. It would look exactly the same. You're just like, well, Ovi's probably at this point in his career probably a worse shooter than McKinnon, a samey shooter as McKinnon. I don't really know.
Probably still got a better one timer.
Would you at current day Ovi? Would you take him over Marty Natchez in that spot?
So this is my whole thing,
Then
right?
what are we doing?
It's like you pay a guy $1 million to. Are you putting him in your top 6?
No,
With the Avs? Then what's the point
I
of
don't-
getting Alex Ovechkin?
In reality, I don't think that makes any sense for anyone, to be honest.
No, I
It's
just want
rage
him.
bait at this point.
I just want him to go somewhere weird so you can have like the like the Joe Namath in a Baltimore Colts jersey, like the weird, like 1 year at the end, Jerry Rice in a Broncos jersey at the end of his.
Was that not kind of what Jonathan Taves was?
Yeah, sort of. But at least that was a hometown angle, right? You were like, he's from there. He's very proud to be from there. Like it's a whole, like he was like the pride of Winnipeg for such a long time.
Ovi in Vancouver or something
Yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Like something so like even like Mark Messier as a Canuck, like
Yeah.
something really goofy. So that would be my ideal. Like let's just see something weird. And then of course he would probably just go to Florida and we would all hate it.
Yeah. Where do you think, because again, say Ovi does go and sign. He's got one more year left in the tank and he decides, okay, we're going to, like, this is going to be the end of my career. Where do you think this puts Washington as far as, you know, postseason chances and their vision for what they're doing in this offseason currently?
Can Logan Thompson repeat that
Yeah,
performance?
Are they even good if Logan Thompson isn't a top 5 goalie in the league?
Right. Like 2 years ago, they had like Logan Thompson was fantastic and they had a lot of, you could tell that they were on a bit of a PDO bender, but it wasn't like some of the PDO Olympic champions we've seen in the past. Like there were a lot of things that said, this is actually pretty, like this is a solid group. It wasn't the, we're going to run away with our division group. And I think adding Kyrou and then ultimately when they add Tuck, if they add Tuck, I'm going to say if, I don't really know. If they add Tuck, you have to really like the skill infusion there. And I think I'm for that. Like I like that they have gotten clearly better in that case. If they move on from Ovi, even if I guess if Ovi comes back and they add Tuck and Kyrou, you're looking, that's a pretty good forward core. It's a lot of skill that they've added. Long term, you have conversation about it. But in the immediate, you like what they're doing, and I love that all that talent is staying out east.
I don't mind that.
West.
That's true.
I don't love that from the Blues' perspective, though, is that I loved that trade for them. Kyrou was a guy that they were on the outs with organizationally. They didn't want him there anymore. They didn't want to be a part of it. They were very out.
You get Connor McMichael.
And you get
first.
Yeah, you get Connor McMichael, you get a first, and you get like a decent prospect.
Yeah.
It's not like a nothing.
The Blues are another team that it's like, this is Binnington's last year. What's next?
Yeah.
Kind of for their
Well,
organization.
and in this trade
but-
market, man, you should
Right.
St. Louis
That
should be
dude
like
should
Binnington.
Yeah.
Find a home.
I mean, we've talked about it a little bit beforehand too. What is in the cards for Jordan Binnington, do you think?
Letting pucks go by him and then being a bitch
You
about
know
it.
what I mean.
Like I'm just not. He's got a year left. He'll either play well and then somebody will overpay him, and it might be St. Louis,
He's absolutely going to the Oilers.
or they
They're
can't.
paying Jari way too much.
Right. Like would the Blues really go from Binnington on his final year to Jari with multiple years? I think for me, I think that the Blues are probably loading up with all. They've got 4 firsts now. This is an Elias Pettersson thing. They want to put Robert Thomas and Elias Pettersson together down the middle, which on paper you go, damn, that could be really good. And getting, baby back bitch Jordan Kyrou out of your locker room is good business for them. And they get it. Connor McMichael replaces him into the lineup. Like I
don't know.
It's a lot of
EP40
risk.
doesn't seem like the greatest locker room guy
Well,
either.
he seems like not a great locker room guy because he's too nice.
Sure.
Like he got
different for sure.
He got emotionally broken in half by the bully JT Miller. That's in the hockey world. That's a cardinal sin to be the Pettersson and not the Miller in that situation. But what do you do, right? Like I think if I'm St. Louis, I'm gunning for Pettersson, and I'll just let it ride with Binner. And if he plays well, then great. I have an excuse to keep a fan favorite. Like they love him.
They sure do.
They should. Like they don't care that he throws water bottles and that he fake wants to fight people a bunch of times. Like he won them a Stanley Cup. They should love him.
Yeah.
But that's where I would go if I'm St. Louis. Like you put all these pieces together for a really big move. Taking 4 first round, taking all 4 of those players makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Unless they're saying we're going to completely blow it up. And even then, it would be weird to take that many first round picks from one draft.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, that's valid. A couple more trades to talk about here, but we are going to dig into our first ad break of the show and go to shout out some sponsors.
The official
This is
vehicle
the
of
Xfinity
DNVR is
studio,
Toyota,
and,
and they have a
they're
vehicle
also
for
sponsoring
everyone.
us
Whether
with
it be
the trucks they've been in their
Xfinity
DNA for
5-year price
generations. They've
guarantee.
also got SUVs,
Imagine why
sedans,
find
and
everything
everything
else
together
in
in
perfect
between.
harmony and
So
finds
go
and
get to your
fixes
local
problems
Front Range
before you
Toyota store
even
and check out
notice
what
them,
they've
like super
got.
intelligent
17
Wi-Fi
different
with
vehicles
a
with
sixth
all-wheel
sense,
or
maybe more
four-wheel
importantly,
drive
lets you
available.
stream the game
And more up
even when the
my
whole
alley is
family
the
is
16
online.
low or
And the best
zero
part is
emission
there's no annual
vehicles they have
contracts, no
available. They
hidden.
even have hybrid trucks like the Tundra iForce Max. So if you want to save a little bit on gas for your commute, you can do it that way. More low and zero emission vehicles than any other automaker out there. Tons of options to choose from. If you want trucks, you got the Tundra. If you want SUVs, you got the 4Runner. If you want sedans, you've got the Corolla, and many, many, many other vehicles at your local Front Range stores, including AutoNation Toyota, Rapala and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevens Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevens Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, not just the official vehicle of DNVR, but the official vehicle of the Colorado Avalanche too. Toyota, let's go places. When you're driving down the road, you got to make sure you can see. Sometimes in driving into the sun, you need sunglasses, and that's Shady Rays having your back. You can wear your Shady Rays wherever you're going because they're covered. That's what Shady Rays really specializes in. Yes, they have super cool, polarized, durable, and not stupidly expensive sunglasses that are seriously good looking. But the wild part is, if you lose or break your Shady Rays, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. And that really gives you peace of mind because we all have forgotten our sunglasses somewhere, or maybe you had them fall off the roof of your car, your kids sat on them, or whatever it might be. Shady Rays has your back there. So you can actually wear your sunglasses without fear on hikes, at concerts, basically wherever you go, because Shady Rays will replace them. Go get with Shady Rays today. They also sponsor our Rockies Rooftop Fridays. You can get yourself a ticket and hang out with the DNVR crew on the rooftop, enjoy some baseball, and have your favorite pair of Shady Rays with you. July 17th, August 21st, September 18th. You can RSVP at thednvr.com/events. And you can go to shadyrays.com and use code DNVRSR for 50% off 2+ pairs of sunglasses today.
And we are back here at the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Rudo, impressive.
I wish I could speak two different things at the same time. That'd be a cool talent.
Like dual channel with your brain right there. That was pretty cool.
I dug that, actually. Thought it was interesting while we were bringing up the Edmonton Oilers to bring it's not exactly a trade, but the Connor Murphy deal
Yeah.
too. While we're getting opinions on things.
Really hurts the Brett Kulak market
I feel like
for the Avs perspective.
every single defensive signing so far this offseason has been like, everything's so expensive.
Yeah.
Whether it be the actual money or the term. Either way,
Yeah.
it's like,
Because 4.1 for Connor Murphy, I
not.
have no problem, but he's 33 years
Right.
old and he got a 5-year deal. I'm like,
Radish
That's
gets
gonna
an
look-
8-year deal at age 30, and it's like,
no. I'm in year 2 of that contract. You're like, are we going to see a rapid breakdown of this guy?
right.
Like, does he make it to the end of this deal?
Like, holy job security is my thing when
Yeah.
I look at that. Like,
In this
good
market,
for you,
we
but also
should we be going upstairs and asking for 5-year deals?
yes,
Like,
lock it in, DNVR.
this is, Jesus, this is
Not
a
going
crazy
anywhere.
market.
I'll sign for way less than Darren Radish.
Signed for way less than Gavin Brindley. I mean,
yeah, right.
About a tenth.
Talk about team friendly.
right? Like, let's go with 8th.
Yeah,
You're
An
making,
eighth
you're making good money at that point.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If I'm signing away the next several years of my life, I want to be locked in on a good
Give me that
salary.
extra zero.
Give me a good AHLer salary, all right? Maybe like a middling AHLer salary.
Yeah.
no. But you bring up a good point with the Brett Kulak stuff too. And totally
That's
a
the
little
problem.
off topic is now what do the Avs do?
Yeah, I mean, every day that it's not done, it feels like it becomes less and less likely, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
At
kind of
the-
expecting it to go to free agency at this point, but
At this point, they've talked.
yeah.
Everybody knows where everybody stands. The Avs they know that they either need to clear money or find a new guy.
Yep.
Yep. I'm saving one of the better trades for later in the show, but assuming we've already kind of broken down Ottawa, William Eklund.
I forgot this happened.
Yeah.
The other
This-
trade
yeah.
that happened.
The other
it's funny
Ottawa
that-
trade.
I remembered the Nemitz deal, but I forgot that the Eklund one happened yesterday because it felt like they happened so quickly.
Yep.
Ottawa had 9th overall for exactly 17 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Good flip, I guess.
Also, we thought that we just assumed that was Seattle's pick. No, that was Florida's own.
yeah.
Yeah. I got home yesterday and I was like, wait, what? And I was looking at it. I was like, Rudo and I are silly geese.
Silly
Just
gooses.
another day in the office.
But I mean, Ottawa is also one of those teams in kind of an interesting position right now too. You're choosing to move on from your captain, but you're still
Sort of.
Did they choose that or did Brady choose that?
Brady said this is what I want, and Ottawa went, we've got an offer on the table that we're very
That's good.
comfortable with.
And Ottawa,
So,
Ottawa clearly not a team that's like, oh, well, moving Brady means it's time to rebuild. As they still feel like they're on the cusp of taking that next step. So you get the assets from Brady.
flip them. Yeah.
Eklund is an interesting choice, I think. Certainly a very different player than a Brady Kachuk.
could you find a more stylistically opposite?
Right. But certainly them targeting young skill that they want to continue building the core that they have. So,
They put Eklund next to Tim
yeah,
Stützle.
it's going to be fun.
I mean, it
Could be
puts
electric.
Senators are still kind of trying to inch their way into being a constantly competitive team. The Sharks, on the other hand, get the 9th overall pick this year. Too.
Just
So
what they
they're-
needed.
Right.
Yeah.
Another
Is
youngster.
this Mike Greer doing stuff again?
Well, we know that he offered 9 and 27 to Buffalo for Bowen Byram.
yeah.
And Chicago said,
Chicago
"Bet."
said, let's do something stupid.
Yeah. They said, oh, yeah.
Like what makes this even more interesting for the Sharks too, just to kind of show you where they're at as an organization. These are 2 picks in the top 9 for the upcoming draft.
Just,
so they're really,
yeah, what they needed.
exactly what they needed in order to.
It's interesting to watch those philosophies throughout the league. Sharks taking a very stable, steady approach to their build out of not trying to cut any corners, getting all the draft picks and slowly building up not just their core, but their prospect pool and all of that. And then you watch some of these other teams like, what if we just move all of our picks?
Wouldn't you, if you were San Jose right now? Isn't that what you would
I
be?
would.
Like, what? I would be offering 2 and 9 to Columbus for Zach Werenski.
2 and 9.
Yep.
I get it, but I also worry about injuries with Werenski a little
Of
bit.
course, but he's got 2 years on his deal, and then you don't know what happens after that. You got to go.
Yeah, sure. I like that more than 4 and 45 for Bowen Byram,
Yeah.
but
Well, it's because Zach Werenski's actual good
Yeah.
and not internet good like Bowen Byram
yeah,
is.
is Bowen Byram even internet good?
Yeah. He's got great highlights.
Okay,
He does all the things
Fair
really
enough.
well offensively that make for great mixtapes
just
on
don't
YouTube.
look at the other end of the ice. It's fine.
Don't do that.
Yeah, maybe not. Great segue into the final of the big trades that happened, which I think is interesting too, because San Jose was in on this. Certain.
I mean,
conver-
clearly, I think more than just San Jose. I think there were a number of teams in that bidding war, but
Chicago overpaid
and then
the
some.
hell out of
And-
Buffalo.
And this is not even just. I know Davidson went in his presser today. Was like, we like Jordan Greenway. He's good. Jordan Greenway is a $4 million cap dump. That's what Jordan Greenway is. Like,
Yeah, he's their Miles Wood.
and I mean that price in a market where prices have been high. That price is astronomical.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't this become one of the funnier like sliding doors moments in recent
could
NHL
have taken
history?
him in the draft.
Could have just had him at 3,
Yep.
traded 4th overall for him when
Plus.
he's 8 years into his 7 years into a career where
Yep. He never really lived up to the hype.
has
And
not.
There's still like a chance that he does.
When it's Bowen Byram, I think is a perfect mirror for what story you want to tell.
Sure.
Because if you look at him and you say Bowen Byram is a winner, he's been excellent at every level. He was amazing in Colorado's Cup run. It's just been injuries, and look where he's played. He's had to play behind Cale Makar and Rasmus Dahlin. Now he gets to go be the number 1 he's always wanted to be. He's going to be amazing, worth it. You can tell that story. And then if you are a nerd and you look at data and you go,
It's not so good.
Bowen Byram has all the tools in the world, but he can't defend.
Yeah.
Is this the guy that you want to build around? You gave up 4th overall for it. Is this really the decision was this the best call that Chicago could have made? Now you're giving and you're going to have to give him an extension now. And he
Some of
just
the numbers floating out there are crazy.
well, and now you have absolutely no choice. You give him a monster contract, and you probably do it before he ever suits up for you.
Yeah, I mean, you're committed to it, but
You've given up 4th overall, man.
Yeah.
Like you're going to give him an 8-year deal while you still can. You're probably going to give him north of $10 million. And for he's been a second pairing defender in the NHL, and he's going to be paid like a proven number 1.
Yep.
It's insane.
Yep.
It is insane. The price that they paid for Bowen Byram. And I was like, relative to the money that they're going to make, wouldn't you just rather have Crevier?
Yes.
He almost put 30 points on the board last year. He does not play any power play. Like
I do think there's a universe where something clicks and Byram ascends, but the price you gave up, anything less than that, is going to be a tough pill to swallow.
isn't if he follows the track that I think he's on, which is Brandon Montour,
Yeah.
Vince Dunn, like he's going to be a really good offensive defenseman who might have 1 or 2 years where the
Not
all
worth
around game
the whole
clicks.
of Chicago giving him what they are going to give him and what they give up for him.
Right. And that's why I'm just like, what is this? You had and where do you play him? Is he going to be, he's going to be your number 1.
Yep.
Okay. We're cool with that. But is he on the right side?
Yeah, they don't even know if they're going to play him on the left or the right.
Because if you play him on the left, then Alex Vlasic is your number 2. Yeah. And if I'm Joe Sakic, and this is tie into our Nichushkin thing here pretty soon, I am
all about that.
I am buying so many, what was it, like NHL 07 or whatever, burner phones. I'm getting all of the cell phones, and they're all calling Kyle Davidson
With
one
the
after the other.
tactile keyboards.
Yeah, exactly.
Bunch of Blackberries.
And I'm going Vlasic. Give me Vlasic. That's all I want is Alex Vlasic. He would be the perfect guy in
Start
Colorado.
Sending jars of pickles to Chicago.
Great. That would work on me. If somebody started bombarding me with pickles, that would work on me. I would give in. I would crumble.
God.
But if he's not, and you're playing Vlasic Byram on your top pairing, you just traded all of that, and you're not even going to play the guy on his natural side.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
It's such a weird decision. The price is insane. I understand that they feel it a little bit with Bedard, and that contract is right now. They need to figure that out, and that they feel like, hey, we want to start. Oh my God, we want to start to win a little bit and make the postseason.
But
The 4th overall pick wasn't going to do that
a
this
big
year.
jump,
this
though.
year.
okay, good with it.
Yeah.
Go get Connor Bedard a winger. You're going to play Andre Burakovsky next to him again next year.
No, they're not.
Who are they going to play? A bum?
No.
They're going to move Nazar off center to play with him?
It's either going to be Matthew Nyes
Okay, here we go.
or it's going to be Val Nichushkin.
It's a little bit weird because they had so many of these young defensemen that they're like waiting to blossom and see what they turn into. And I know Korchinski hasn't worked out super well, but you still have Renzel on there. You already mentioned Vlasic has become quietly a very good defensive D for them.
But is that just the entirety of your image now? Is okay poking your defenseman with the stick? Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
Do something.
I guess they don't want to give Bedard real wingers, so yeah, Matthew Nyes is
They're
a
trying.
real winger.
I mean, like he would be fine next to Bedard because he can't be the guy. I think
Sure.
it's very obvious Nyes can't be the
I think
guy.
that's true.
But as a complimentary, what is that, dude? There's something going on behind us that has been freaking me out since I walked in here. I don't know. I'm hearing noises. Now
We're
I
going
think
crazy.
it's upstairs.
I'm freaked out by this. Yeah, the dungeon down below I'm accustomed to, but upstairs I don't hear noises from. I guess we have an ad read.
Yeah.
Hopefully just one.
I was going to say, we're going to talk more about this, see if Rudo can duplicate
One time only trick.
We're going to head into our second ad break of the show and get back to some of this trade talk.
We're in the Xfinity studio, and Xfinity is giving you the 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. And most importantly, it lets you stream the game, even while the whole family is online. All of your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment included. You can lock in your price and unlock possibilities with Xfinity today. Take it from me, a lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable, and the price should stay put. Whatever you're looking for, make sure you check out Xfinity and their internet options. Of course, when you do go with their 5-year price guarantee, select plans only and restrictions apply, but you can lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Of course, go to Xfinity.com to learn more today. Xfinity, imagine that. Once you've taken care of your internet with Xfinity, that means you can get over to thednvr.com/survey today. Go get with that and let us know what you think. If you're watching our shows in the middle of the off season, you probably care about us a little bit, and we want to hear from you and to know what you want to see or hear or however you consume the show. It's just a short 3-minute survey, and it enters you for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. You can see on screen there. Go to thednvr.com/contest or go to the QR code and do it right through there. It doesn't take long, and it shows us what you want to see, know, hear, whatever it might be. Again, we are a big community. We want you to be part of it and tell us what you want. Take the survey today with that QR code or the dnvr.com/survey or contest, either one. That's the dnvr.com/survey.
And we are back for the final period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Diving back into this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Bowen Byram's an interesting point here. I brought it up for the San Jose Sharks because they were in an interesting position, 2 top 9s this upcoming draft. Buffalo kind of put themselves in an interesting position as well, getting, I believe it was the 4th and 45th
Yep.
overall. This is a team that won their division this last postseason.
Yeah.
Or going into the postseason with a top spot in their division.
What have they done so far is move Byram, and we know they're losing Tuck.
Yep. That's it.
That's their only business so far. Oh, I guess they got rid of Greenway, which to me I think is a step
They
forward.
got rid of $4 million.
They got rid of bad money.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting position for the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, they've got to do something from here though. You know, like 4th overall, they take it, they let him marinate, they let him do whatever. That's fine if that's the route that they choose. I would be tempted to do something else.
I mean, you get rid of all that and you've got a little over $21 million in cap
It's just hard.
to work with.
Oh, so they can fit 6.125 mil?
Nice. Down. Send it. It's interesting how many teams are looking to get out of their first round picks this year.
The 9th pick got
It's been
moved
three
times in a week.
And it's not like this draft class isn't known as particularly bad.
It's always funny. Next year's draft is always great.
In
It
the
doesn't
moment, yeah.
matter what year it is. Next year's draft is always the one you want to be in.
I just think the market's in a really interesting spot right now because of all this flurry of action you've seen. You wonder how much can teams get into other stuff. Do you need to do your business now or can you wait for draft day? Do you need to do your business at the draft or can you wait till free agency? Like, it feels like the league. We used to talk all the time on the show about how deadlines spur action. Mm-hmm. And now every year you look at the trade deadline, you look at this free agency looming. All the teams are jumping the gun on the deadline.
I also, how funny is it that we keep hearing, yesterday you and I were joking about tampering. How it's just a thing. And today we've been hearing, oh, this guy This guy he's got a great market developing. And I'm like, how'd that happen?
Interesting.
How did that? Oh, Mason Marchment isn't re-signing because he's got a great market heating up for him?
How would he know?
Yeah. What took place?
What do you mean by that?
What's going on?
It's tough.
I'm just cracking jokes.
It'll be really interesting because, like, we know the Avs are looking to add more flexibility by maybe freeing up some more cap space. That's why we talk so much about Val Nichushkin. He's just the highest paid guy that is realistically movable for the Avs as much
Yeah.
as anything else.
Well, and that 6,125 salary is valuable because it's signed for 4 more years, and with all these salaries exploding,
Yeah.
like
You can lock that in.
Arturi Lehkonen, if the Avs decided, hey, let's move Lecky instead, I think he would be a lot more valuable. But a team would
You have to pay him.
it
like,
would
yeah.
lessen a little bit because they would have to give him an extension that's
Right.
probably going to get him
It
paid
also
more than that.
helps the Avs less on the cap front in that regard too.
Yeah, certainly in the immediate, yeah.
Yep.
And that's why with the Nichushkin thing. So my Nichushkin article is almost completed. I am literally 1 paragraph from finishing, but I had to
They're
leave to
trading
come
him
down
before
here.
you post that for sure.
If they do, I will be upset. And I have a couple of fake trades in there, and that's now looking at these trade prices. I'm like, have I undershot this? Like,
the prices are astronomical.
Well,
I said that for Byram, but the whole fucking landscape is very high.
Eklund for the 9th overall pick is kind of real. Like, Eklund's a fine player,
Yep,
but in previous years, top 10 picks were untouchable.
pretty much.
Right.
You did not move.
We're getting a superstar caliber player,
Or
for
like,
that.
or you made a mistake like the Rangers with the Derek Stepan, whatever. I think it was Derek Stepan, the pick that became Elias
pretty
Anderson.
easy to make
Oh
mistakes in
my
the top 10.
gosh, I forgot about
Yeah,
Stepan.
like that pick that was one of the only top 10 picks that I could think of off the top of my head that had been traded in like recent years. That they knew was a top 10 pick when they traded it.
Not just
it got
that-
traded and it
Unprotected-
became that.
Yeah, whatever.
And it's not just that it got traded too, but as you mentioned, it got traded multiple times.
Yeah. It gets Sam Iskevich, and then it gets Eklund, then it gets Brady Kachuk, and then it gets Eklund, and you're like,
And then this fourth is getting moved.
Kachuk I get.
Yeah.
And then the fourth, the best pick of them gets moved for Bowen Byram.
Which is just crazy.
And I know anytime we say like a negative thing about Byram, there are always people that are like, you guys are just mad.
I love Bowen Byram.
I don't.
He exists.
His player archetype. His player archetype drives me insane because he should be a top 5
It is
defenseman in the world.
absolutely a failure to capitalize on the potential.
Unbelievably talented.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's the thing. I think it's very clearly like a fan perception. Love like that random guy, the cute stuff that happened at the parade
Yeah, it
and
was
like
pretty
all
bad.
the
But
mental
fan
health stuff.
perception
No,
usually doesn't earn a guy $12
I
million
agree.
that he's allegedly going to get offered. Like,
You're right, but that's why Avs fans get mad. Like, completely understand. I do not know what Buffalo, or I do not know what
I love
Chicago's
the potential of Bowen Byram.
it's always been the case. When I watched him in his draft year, I was like, how's this guy not a 1?
Yeah.
Like, he does everything that you want in modern defense. And
That's why I want to have so much high belief in him. What he's shown as a player, his player archetype is not instilled a lot of faith. And then you add that to going to
he's a
Chicago.
good offensive defenseman.
I
He's a
understand
good offensive defenseman.
he's a little bit younger, but realistically, over the last couple of years, has Bowen Byram been any better of a defenseman than Sam Malinsky? They both had a 40-point season this year.
Sure.
That
No. I think my answer would be no.
and even if your answer is it's close, but yes, like
That's
how
not,
is Bowen Byram getting
Yeah.
this haul and Sam Malinsky signed a multi-year deal for less than $5 million?
He's a little
Like,
bit younger though. He's not 22.
Right, it's
he's not
like a
23.
couple of years.
He's
Yeah.
25 years
and
old.
Malinsky's 27. But
So-
that the point that I'm
Yeah.
making is like those players aren't that different.
They're both second pairing caliber offensive defensemen at this point.
If someone offered the Avs a top 10 pick for Sam Malinsky, they'd do it in a heartbeat. Like,
Yeah. This is I think
It's insane to me. This deal is insane to me. I forgot to watch CHGO's emergency pod on it last night, but I sure hope that they were like, what?
I tuned in, and a lot of it was like, we get it. Bowen Byram makes you better, but that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, defensively, he's been legitimately bad. And it's interesting that like you can hang his hat on a couple of legitimate accomplishments in his career.
Yep.
But the biggest red flag for me is that he was phenomenal in Colorado's 22 Cup run and failed the launch after that. That should have been
never lived up to it. Yeah.
That should have been the stepping stone. That should have been the preview of what is to come. And then he never would have left Colorado, except unless he was like, I'm going to be a number one. He's obsessed with being the best defenseman on his team. Then he should have tried outplaying all of the other defensemen on his team.
I think my whole thing too is, you know what you're getting out of Sam Malinsky. He's not parading around as a defenseman that he's not, or at least like the potential. You know the potential is there. Yeah, he can defend, but you know that's not what you're 100% expecting out of him night in and night out. You're expecting him to model his game out of Cale Makar. Like that's the kind of defenseman you're getting with Bowen Byram. I feel like there was maybe a little bit more expectation to be a more well-rounded guy.
Yeah, he should be a great defender. He has all the tools to be a great defender.
He showed that he could be in the 22 Cup run.
Yeah, he was
and
awesome
then you've
in that
never
run.
seen it again.
Nope. Never, not even close to that level ever again. The offense is legit, and he should run their top power play unit. I think he will put up points. I think he will be productive. He's immediately a guy that I am going to be targeting in fantasy hockey drafts. Like, actually, somebody will probably take him way higher than they should. So
Yep.
I take it back.
I mean-
Somebody step on that landmine for me.
Somebody already made a trade
Yeah.
for it and made it happen in real life. So.
Unreal. I just the price of it, I think, is the problem. Otherwise, the fit of him in Chicago makes a lot of sense. Especially, they've got Rinzel and Lev Shinov on the right side. They've got Vlasic and Byram on the left side. All the other guys, Wyatt Kaiser and Ethan Del Mastro, whatever those guys become,
And
there's such a young defense that
Yeah.
could be really good.
right. And I think part of what I don't love about this landscape for the Avs are probably looking to make a hockey trade if they can,
Yeah.
player for player.
Yeah.
And all of these are player for assets.
Yeah.
And some of these teams
great
have
point.
managed to take those assets and flip them already. So maybe there's a world where you can take that stepping stone through.
Well, that's why I
hit
was
my
like,
mic again.
Nichushkin for 9th,
Right.
like,
Well, an asset as high as like the 9th or the 4th overall pick, you're like, I can flip that. We'll figure something out.
yeah, that seems so easy to be
Right.
like, I got something in the pipe. This will be easy.
But it'll be interesting how the Avs try to navigate those waters of they have to move a player out if
Right.
they're trying to make a move. And can they do that in one process, or do they need to take the stepping stone of Nichushkin for X pick to take X pick for their next step or whatever it might
Yeah.
be?
With this trade market, then, I mean, let's go ahead and skip into the topic of our show. Valeri Nichushkin has to be the obvious choice for the Avs to make some sort of move if you're looking for that ideal hockey trade.
I mean, the Avs have to do something to shore up their defense, right? And we're talking about it's not looking super great with someone like Kulak coming back.
Yeah.
The UFA class is bad.
We've heard nothing on Kulak or Blankenberg.
Right, nothing on either of them. And yes, we've talked about, hey, the Avs probably have to do some balancing and find some reclamation projects and take some upside swings on some guys. But I don't think you can really feel good about it if the Avs sign two dudes for $1 million on their bottom pairing and just say we're good. You want to do
Depends on
better,
the dudes.
of course. But
Like if it's like Mike Riley, you're like, great, I love this for 50 games. And then you get to the deadline and you're spending more assets. Like, just fix it now, right?
I don't
Like,
have
just fix it now.
I don't have a problem with one of those guys. But on a decor where you feel like really you want a top 4D, you want another top 4D to maybe shelter an aging Josh Manson or something like that.
Yeah.
Doing that feels like it comes up a little bit short. So now if you're trying to solve it now,
Yeah.
you don't have a ton of picks. I guess you have the thirds that you just picked up. You have a second, but
Next year, yeah.
you don't have a ton of firepower there.
All the 2029.
Yeah, unless you start trading 12-year-olds and stuff.
This isn't the NBA.
It is not. And, you can get into, do you package them with Drury? Do you have other pieces? Whatever. But
He would be the prime piece.
right, there is no one else in the Avs lineup who they would be willing to part with that makes any sense. So it has to be Nichushkin for something, whether that something is directly a defenseman like Vlasic or it's a late first.
Well, and with-
Nichushkin 1-for-1 for mid first, late first. I don't know.
With Vlasic, I think there would be real sticker shock there because you'd have to go Nichushkin. I think you'd have to probably put Drury, and then I think you would have to do something else. I'm not saying it would have to be like a 2029 first or even a second round pick, but I think there would have to be something on top of
Why
it.
would Chicago get rid of their best defensive defenseman? Right, you have to make it worth their while.
Well, and they want their top pairing to be Byram and Levshinov,
Yep.
and then go from there.
Yep.
But with Vlasic, I mean, the contract is so good that's why I'm like, you would have to be paying out the nose to make sure that, because you get him on a 4.6 for the next 4 years.
Yeah, great.
Jesus.
Makes sense for the Avs, but what's it cost, right?
Right. But that's with Nichushkin and Drury. This is a team that clearly wants to start winning games again. Like that would, both of those guys would be help.
I get it.
And the defense is the one area of their roster now after acquiring Byram that you can go, hey,
We've got a lot of guys.
yeah. Another reason why moving out Crevier was kind of a blow to this whole theory of mine. But if they would prefer like Matthew Nyes, he's in the age window. He's signed forever. He'd be a good fit next to Bedard. We've sort of seen it already in theory with how he plays alongside Matthews.
Yeah.
We know that this works. So I think that would be tough for Chicago to be like, hey,
Sure.
now we're going to go get this 31-year-old guy with all these problems. There are a lot of pockmarks in the Val Nichushkin profile that makes it tough, which is why it's more like an Owen Tippett.
Yeah.
And you're using Jack Drury as a sweetener to, unfortunately, that's how you have to use him in this situation.
And I mean, I guess that brings me into my next question too, and say, like, we've seen all these trades around the league, right? What is your ideal price point for Valerian Nichushkin? Like, is that a defenseman? Is that the route you're going for? And if so, what specifically does that look like? Because not only do you have Nichushkin as a player to look at, he's grown a lot and maybe gone through a couple roller coasters in his career, but there's a lot of history there too to think about that a lot of teams would be taking on.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things there. The history, I think there will be some teams that are still scared of it. But you're now a couple years into this where you're like, okay, he's proven he can handle it at this point.
Well, and the teams that really do the character background
Yep.
research, look, if I know things, it won't
They
be
will
hard
know
for
things,
them
yeah.
to figure this out. Like, and all of those things are
I'll
positive.
catch it eventually.
All of those things are positive,
Yep.
right? Like, he has really done a lot of work on rebuilding himself as a person and understanding
Yes.
addiction and getting through it. And like, the Avs organization raves about the guy. And to me, good for them, but it's also an organization that debased themselves in shamelessly covering up everything that they could with him and refusing to hold him to any kind of accountability during that time.
Which is a typical hockey team at this point. It feels
Which is
but
like, it's just it's a thing that happened, but
did.
to me, that behavior ties directly into the information of like, he's doing great now. I'm like, okay, but you need to say that the way that you guys behaved.
I agree, but Evander Kane keeps getting signed by teams.
Oh, this
Corey Perry keeps getting signed, but like clearly the NHL doesn't care that much.
No, the
If
NHL
they-
won't care, but there's not the specter of one slip up is a 1 year automatic suspension for those guys.
That's
This
true.
is true.
That is the number one difference between that. NHL teams do not give a shit about addiction issues. They do not care about taking care of players. They do not care about their off ice issues. We have seen this time and time and time and time again. Who was the starting goaltender for Vegas in the Stanley Cup final?
Yep.
Who scored the most goals for them in their Stanley Cup final run? It was two guys who were accused of some pretty heinous things. So the NHL has shown over and over they don't care about this. What they care about is how it hurts them. And with Nichushkin, it comes down to it could be a 1-year suspension and you're screwed. Are you taking that chance?
And the thing is, we already know there has been interest in Nichushkin over the past
A
12
lot.
months.
And that's the thing. It speaks to all of this. There's a lot. He got through a year clean. The Avs can give every team loads of background information and character information that says this is a redemptive arc now.
Yeah.
He has cleaned his act up. He's taking care of himself better than he ever has away from the game. And I believe that to be true. I'm just also still pissed off about how this whole thing has played out and the way that the organization has been.
I mean,
I got to get over it.
We've talked plenty about
Yeah.
how we feel about a number of players that shouldn't be in the NHL. But
Yeah, that's just me editorializing.
the thing about Price with Nichushkin in a vacuum by himself, it only really makes a ton of sense for the Avs to trade him for a defenseman or the assets to go get a defenseman, right? Otherwise, you're trading Nichushkin to just kind of swap guys. If you're trading him for another winger, you don't need to trade for a center. Obviously, if anything, you're looking to maybe trade a center away. When you get into a package deal of Nichushkin and Drury or Nichushkin and X guy and a pick and whatever, then you have a conversation about, okay, if we make this package, we can go get Owen Tippett and a guy, and Owen Tippett replaces Nichushkin, and then we get a defenseman along with that.
Yeah.
But Nichushkin by himself, I just don't think it makes a ton of sense to trade winger for winger.
I kind of disagree. I think that it makes sense if it's like we're talking Nichushkin for a Tippett-based swap. Not going to worry about the peripherals of how to make it work. But there's no cap relief. It's essentially the same exact contract.
Right.
But Tippett is 27. He's one of the fastest players in the league. 3 of his last 4 seasons, he has scored either 27 or 28 goals, and the other one was 20. He's good at what he's good at. He's not much of a playmaker, but he's decent defensively. He can help a team in a lot of ways. He's a good player. Does he figure anything out for Colorado? The only thing that he really changes is he gives you a guy with a shooter's mentality with a good shot. And you need that because you've got the grindy, like Landeskog, Lehkonen, and at the moment, Nichushkin types. My problem is that he's basically Brock Nelson on the wing.
Yeah, I have this issue too of
And that's-
stylistic. You need a playmaker.
You need a
at some
playmaker.
point.
And this is why my favorite nuke trade is always to Columbus for Kent Johnson. You get the playmaker. He costs $1.8 million for this year and next. So that's about 4.3 in cap relief that you would get that you could then play with, do whatever you need to do. And Kent Johnson's the kind of electric playmaker that fits, but he also has goal scoring ability. He's kind of he would kind of fit the job that Jonathan Drouin did in Denver.
That would be the ideal archetype.
And
hopefully not as soft, but
the kind of production that you were going to get out of him, similar.
yeah.
Ken Johnson scored 24 goals. I think he had 59 points 2 years ago. Cratered 22 points last season, 7 goals.
But and this is
And a role that was very inconsistent. He moved in and out of their lineup, and they moved him. He could not settle into anything last year.
But this is what I'm talking about of why it's hard for me to target an Owen Tippett, not because of the stylistic stuff, but you have to make it a package. You can't just ignore the package because why would a team say, we'll just give you a better winger for a worse winger? Like,
I mean, there are teams that do some sillikins things.
look, we
Silly
saw
goose.
yesterday GMs can lose their mind at any moment.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't think you're going to get a deal like that. Now with Kent Johnson, that's where you're talking about, is this a buy low candidate? Can we move Val for a guy like that? And then maybe they add something else, or we work out another portion of this deal that also solves some of our other problems or builds an asset base for us or does something else.
And with Ken Johnson, he's like 23.
Right.
So like you're talking about, this is a guy that you're hoping is
Develops into
5
the future.
years.
Yeah.
5 years, you get it. His prime is still ahead of him. Like the best hockey lies in wait. And then you're hoping that these guys continue to get older, he becomes one of your mainstays. He plays his way into being part of your core. Yep. That's great. what does the extra 4.1 in cap space do if it's a bad free agent class? And it's
Right.
even worse defensively.
What are you spending it on?
Because now you need assets. Are you going to go out and spend assets to get what exactly? Like, you're not going to go out and just go, hey, we'll take a Darnell Nurse for a 5th round pick.
Yep.
You can't do something
If they
like
retain
that.
half, I might do that.
Okay. We don't need to have the Nurse fight. So.
Oh God. To kind of start wrapping up the show here, for what it's worth, Tiff put a poll in the comments for our stream today asking, will Val still be on the Avs by season start? 66% of you said no.
I don't know how confident I am in it. Like, I think there's a very real world where this offseason, the Avs just don't end up doing much.
Same.
But I think they should move him.
Yeah, me too. Well, when I was digging through the profile, the piece that I wrote, you get to see like the player is pretty good. His scoring numbers were down last year versus what you would expect in previous paces, but there were a lot of reasons that could play into that. Shooting percentage and zone starts were the things that I keyed in on in the piece, but the number one thing that I think is just all the other problems, and like the defense just isn't so valuable. If it was like Selke, if it was like Mark Stone, like you're getting absolute tip top, some of the best defense from a winger in the NHL, it would be tougher. Instead, it's good. And to be honest, Owen Tippett's defensive value is roughly in the same neighborhood.
It's worse, but not that much worse.
But it's in the neighborhood. It's like Nichushkin lives in a nicer house, but they live on the same street.
It's a hard
you know?
balancing act, right? Because you don't want to make moves for the sake of making moves, but it's hard not to feel like coming away from the way the Avs went out in the Western Conference Final that you got to change something.
And you need a goal.
Yeah,
You either need a guy that's going to be able to make that play or a guy that's going to be able to score that goal.
right. And it wasn't Nichushkin.
Yeah.
If you feel like you're
Who didn't
committed
finish
to,
the series.
to Brock Nelson, find a guy that can help set him up, like we talked about, a playmaker for that second line.
Yeah.
Or if you want to put Natchez on that line, then a playmaker wing for the top line, whatever. The Avs don't have to do anything. Like, if they take their time, it's fine.
Yeah.
You're not going into the regular season next year, assuming they have to fill out their holes, obviously.
Yeah, they have to do some things.
But you don't need to be like, we're pushing all our chips to the middle on June 25th.
yeah. They can afford to be patient with it. But if June 7th rolls around and we're still talking about the same Avalanche rosters, it
You
has
still
not
have
gone well.
2 holes in your defense
Yeah.
on July 7th.
It-
You've missed the boat.
It has not gone
yeah.
well. Yeah. Can I respond to a couple of things in the chat that I saw?
Yeah,
One,
absolutely.
Kent Johnson cannot play center.
The Avs don't need centers.
Well,
It's fine.
Columbus tried, and it went disastrously. It was so bad. Nichushkin, when he was suspended for 6 months, the Avs did get cap relief, but
It's
because
awkward because it kicks in the second he comes back,
the
right? Yeah.
yes, it's basically places a cap hold. So while he's gone, they have the cap relief, but as soon as he comes back, you better have that space, yo.
Right.
So it's just sort of an awkward thing.
It's actually a little less awkward for a year-long suspension, but
It is the 6 month, it started in the postseason where you weren't caring about the cap, and then it continued all summer, and I think it was 16 games.
yeah, sometime in November. He
Yeah,
came back and it
into
was
the
like,
season where you
yeah.
were like, we're not really too worried about the cap at this point. It's fine. So those were 2 things that I caught in chat real quick that I just wanted to address.
A couple other people with some questions before we move into super chats. Can Taylor McCarr develop into a Nichushkin-like player for the Avalanche?
No. Is this a bit?
If-
Because we keep getting Taylor McCarr questions,
Yeah, I
and I'm
don't
wondering
know.
if it's a bit. Because if it is, and I'm not picked up on it, damn it, well played. Keep going. Keep the bit up. If it's not a bit,
There's just
no,
a
he
weird
can't.
obsession with people that think Taylor McCarr is the GOAT.
Or that
And
he'll turn the corner at any moment.
if every single NHL game Taylor McCarr plays is a success story.
True. Very true.
It's a really nice storyline.
Yeah.
Guys
for
that get
writers.
drafted who are I think that he was already 20 when he got
He's
drafted.
an overager, not even playing in major juniors. He's
Exactly.
playing
You're
junior
talking
A.
a junior A 20-year-old draft pick in the 7th round giving you NHL games. It's a huge win for
he
everybody
went to college
involved.
where he never really got any opportunity at UMass. Didn't really break out until he went to Maine.
Yeah. He balled out for a year in Maine and then turned pro.
And turned pro and has been fine, but
He's a
not
solid
special
Eagle.
in the
He's
AHL.
a solid Eagle. He's a solid player on a really good team.
Yeah, this is valid. Which brings us into our final question before we move into Super Chats. Anyone from the Eagles jump up into the Avs lineup as we move into overtime? The conversation continues at thednbr.com. My first thought is Gavin Brindley.
Yeah.
But,
Does
like,
he even really? I think he
I don't know if he
certainly is more of an
counts.
Av than an
Yeah.
Eagle at this
Yeah,
point.
he played
but
56 games for the Avs this year, something like
He
that.
ended the season on
But-
the Eagles, so I was
So,
like, maybe I can
yeah.
get away with
no,
this.
Brindley was also Brindley and TJ Hughes are the
Yeah.
two that you look at and say coming out of camp, or coming into
Right.
camp, those are guys that you not
This is-
can they make it? I expect.
something we'll talk about more in late August
Yeah.
or September. But TJ Hughes probably at the front of that list. The Ivan playoffs that he had, he's probably at least in the conversation.
Ivan, baby. Defensively, you
tough.
want to see what's up with Sean Barons. You want to see how that goes, and then my guy Alex Gagne.
Yeah, I don't
Really-
know. Barons needs to do more
Yeah,
to prove it. The Gagne situation.
Gagne will be fun because I will spend all camp looking for reasons why I'm right, and Rudo will just go, AJ, he's not very good, and Rudo will end up being right.
For the record, right now, Jack Ashawn still yet to be signed. So
This is
Yeah, well, and like you don't really. Again, he played playoff games for you. I'm not really thinking of him as like an
Fair.
Eagle that jumps into your lineup. If he's your 7, we know how that goes. Your 7's not good enough.
yeah,
Yep.
fair.
Some super chats. Want to start with $2 from Mason Bates. What are the vibes of an Avs trade before Friday?
Just with the way that the NHL is going right now, I mean, we're all on high alert.
I
I fully expect to do an emergency pod in sometime in
I
the next
hope
48
they
hours.
move to the thirds, right?
Right.
Did you trade Ross Colton for 2/3 to pick 2 random guys that aren't going to help your team for 4 years? Like,
Well, I mean, at least one of the thirds is next year, so they don't have to do it right away.
You're right. They could still trade that one, but
Yeah.
I just don't see what picking a 3rd-round guy in this year's draft really does for the Colorado Avalanche.
I felt that way until they took Del Elche, and then I was like, that guy's good.
Yeah, maybe they take a great guy. Okay, but even Del Elche is 2 years minimum away from the NHL.
Right.
Probably more like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Is the Avs window even still open at that point? Like,
Whoa. Yes.
it could be. There's an argument to be made that it could be.
Yes.
Fair.
I'm hoping.
And then we've got $5 from Alika Vidician, I believe. I hope I'm saying that correctly. $5. Is Bowen Byram the anti-Brady Tkachuk? Refused to resign because he wants a chance to be a number 1. Brady refused to play outside of Matthew's shadow or lead.
No, I don't think Brady did that. I just think that the Tkachuk brothers are a couple of underdeveloped man babies that would rather go through life together than apart. And Bowen Byram wants to be a number 1.
It's Bowen Byram is an interesting conversation because I think we're going to find out in Chicago if it was overconfidence or if he's him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Brady Tkachuk.
It's on him now. He's gotten the shield of I want more opportunity. I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy. And now it's like, all right, man, a team just went all the way in on you. You better do it.
Compared to Brady Tkachuk, who I think the thought process is a lot simpler. My team bad, Florida team good, brother good.
Yeah.
I go there.
No, but his brother didn't play into his decision at all.
Me go Florida.
Yeah.
No tax.
Right. Like,
Me brother.
Unga Bunga is actually about Brady Tkachuk.
Wait,
Like-
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and I know we're kind of making fun of it, but like, I get it. A lot of decisions are made easier when you just make the simple one.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of fanfare about this because their father literally went on their podcast in the middle of the Olympics and said, "We're going to get him out of there. It's my mission to get Brady Tkachuk out of Ottawa. We're going to do it."
And that got him in the Hall of Fame. You sounded so much like Sling Blade right there that It's freaking me out a little bit. All right, Billy Bob.
With that, that's going to do it for this episode of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. It is draft week, you guys. So we're counting down to what should be an interesting couple draft shows here for us.
Yeah, it'll be chaotic.
Yeah, what are we doing? Are we talking about the draft at all until draft night? Hey, I didn't think so. All right.
No.
There's no point.
The big thing of note, tune in for the draft, come have fun. It'll be a silly show. But also, Monday, roast my roster.
Ooh.
Short turnaround here. Get ready. Get your rosters ready on Puckpedia. Make sure you put DNVR in the title of your roster with their GM tool. We'll go through all of them. We'll pick a bunch, and then we'll make fun of you.
Yeah, Rudo made a really good point. We've been too kind on the roast my roster. We need to do a lot more roasting. So,
so excited to
we're gonna
lead
bust
this.
out the Blackstone because
Yeah.
Monday we cook.
Yeah.
Based on what I see, it's not that color.
Okay.
Yeah, lots coming up. We've got draft week. Friday, Saturday are the 2 draft days. I won't be doing anything until day 2, but we're still going to go out and have fun. Get your rosters in until then, or until tomorrow, I guess. This has been the DNVR Avalanche podcast brought to you by Benihana. We will see you all later.
We all silly like the mayor.